myself here, obviously.
Okay.
So I'll go live.
Alright.
Because this is an error occurred. I am live. Let me know. Okay. I don't see myself yet, though. Let's see. Says an error occurred. Am I live? Okay. I think an error occurred. Hello? Okay. An error occurred. I don't know what's going on. Okay. I'll be back. Oh, goodness. Can you see? It says an error occurred on my end. I can't see it. It's still live though. Look, you don't have to finger all the way, but here is fine, but here, I don't know what that's saying. Is it?
It's frozen.
Really?
It's quick.
Okay, so why on my end? Okay. Don't know what's happening. All right, let's go live over here on TikTok. I can't. Okay, let's see. Okay, just I guess let me know if it ever stops because I can't see it for some reason. It's not showing up on this end. Yeah, it's saying an error occurred. So okay, let me know. Okay. All right, y'all. I am here. I am back in the building. Okay. We had some technicalities earlier. Let's talk about technicalities, y'all. OMG. Yeah, anyway, we had some technicalities. I was trying to connect my Sony camera, but that wouldn't allow me to connect for some reason. And so we had to go with the next best option, this external webcam here, my Logi webcam, which I don't like the quality that much, but it is what it is. I said I was going to go live today, so I'm here. Okay, I said I was going to go live and I'm not going to let, you know, the this functionality or whatnot off a camera to, you know, allow me to not go live. So I am live because I'm here to share. I have a lot to share today, actually. Welcome, welcome. Is it good? It's on?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, awesome. All right, y'all. Okay, I am here. I apologize about the delay. Okay, I said I was going to come on here at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. It is now close to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you are still here, if you're still joining me, thanks for joining me tonight. Welcome, welcome. If it's your first time joining me, whether on TikTok, I don't typically go live on TikTok, but I'm trying out that platform. I don't know if I can say the platform's name on here on this platform and vice versa, but I'm live on YouTube. I'm also live on the TikTok. Okay, whatever platform you prefer, you can go catch me or find me on the TikTok platform at Shy Bivia. So yeah, that's my name over on TikTok. If you are joining me here for the first time, welcome. Thanks for stopping by and hitting that play button. I am Shy Bivia, aka Shanice Bryant, and I am a funding specialist. I help entrepreneurs properly launch their business, properly scale their business, and better position their business for funding. Okay, I help entrepreneurs launch a credible business. That is super, super important, especially as a startup, a new business owner. You want to make sure that you are doing things right the first time. And so today, and there's a lot of reasons why you want to make sure that you're doing things right the first time. For one, you want to make sure that you are attracting, of course, the right clientele, right? So when you are positioned as if you are a credible business, you're going to attract clientele to you. You're going to be able to attract lenders. Okay, when you go to apply for funding, which we're going to talk about in a second, when you go to apply for funding and all of that. Let me see if I'm live here on YouTube. Am I live? Facebook. Let's see if we're live on Facebook. I don't know if we are live on Facebook, but anywho, when you want to be able to, you want to make sure that you're attracting lenders. You want to make sure that you're attracting, the right clientele, right? So we're going to talk about the steps that you should be taking to launching a credible business, to launching a properly structured business, okay, to where your business looks credible. Again, to lenders, not only to lenders. Yes, you want to make sure that you are better positioning your business for funding, but you also want to look credible to your audience, to clients, potential customers. Okay, so that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. If you are new here, joining me for the first time, let me know where you are joining me from. First things first. Welcome. Let me know where you are joining me from. Also, let me know if you are a business owner, whether you're a new business owner or if you plan on starting a new business. Let me know in the comments. Let me see if I can go over here on TikTok. Let's see. You are joining from Hey, Shalise, you are joining me from Texas. I'm in Texas too, girl. I'm in Texas as well. Moved to Texas in 2021. One of the best decisions that we have made, honestly. Let's see if I should. No, it's okay. I'm going to leave the TikTok alone. I don't mess with TikTok too much, but hey, I'm going to try out this whole live thing on TikTok today. Yeah, thanks for joining me, Shalise. So I'm super excited. Let me know, Shalise, if you are a new business owner or you plan on starting a business and, let me know as well one of your biggest questions that you've had about launching a business, if you plan on launching one, or even if you are already a business owner. I think I'm gonna spend about maybe 45 minutes today to about an hour on today's live. Make sure that you are grabbing a notepad as well. Grab a notepad and grab a pen, because I have some things to share with you all today. Okay. I've been supposed to, do this live, but I am here. Okay. Anywho, let's get right into it. So the reason why you want to do things right the first time when you launch a business is because do-overs aren't fun. Right? Do-overs are simply not fun. And it just takes time. Not saying that if you made mistakes before when launching a business, not saying that you can't correct those, right? You can 100% correct those mistakes that you have made. But I'm here. The reason why I'm here is to help you to not have to make those mistakes in the first time. I'm here to help you launch like a boss, okay? Launch that biz properly the first time. Shelly says, I'm straight out a new business owner. I create custom shirts and different items, and I rent homes. I'm just a business owner on paper. Why do you say you're just a business owner on paper, Shalise? I'm curious. You say that you are sort of a new business owner. Gotcha. That's awesome. Custom t-shirts, and you rent homes. That's amazing. That is amazing. Real estate is the way to go, friend. So congratulations on that. All right, perfect. Let's get right into this. Okay, no more lollygagging. I know I promised you guys that I would have been here an hour ago. Technicalities happen. Hate that it had to happen tonight, because I know it's a Sunday night, but you know what? I was determined and committed to still show up tonight, regardless of all the technicalities and all of that. So I'm here. All right. So first things first, when you're launching a business, you want to, one of the mistakes that I see a lot of entrepreneurs make is using their personal address. Okay, so I have about 10 steps or 10, mistakes that entrepreneurs make that I'm going to be sharing with you guys tonight. But one of the mistakes that I see a lot of entrepreneurs make is, they use their personal address. And I'll share with you why that's something that you don't want to do. Number one is your personal address is public information. Your residential address is public information. So when you register your business and you register it using your personal address, it's now out there, right? It does not matter if you run a business from home. It doesn't matter if you run the business from home. You can use what is called a virtual address. Okay. What I see a lot of people do is they end up using their personal address, and then later on they regret it, and now they have to go back and alter the business address, which you can absolutely do. I'm not here to say that if you did that, there's no turning back and there's no means or way to correct the issue. You 100% can. You just have to go to your Secretary of State and change your address using whatever method they require, right? Whether that's mailing something in or doing it online and whatnot. But you don't want to use your personal address also because if you go to apply for funding or something, what will happen is lenders will see that you're using your personal address, and for some reason it just doesn't, lenders prefer not to have, it doesn't sit well with them. Okay, lenders don't like that, you using your personal address, as simple as it may seem. Okay, so what you want to do is just go out and get a virtual address. And what this is it's an address with, you know, like a suite number. You want to stay away from the ones that have like PO boxes, because when you go to apply for stuff, you know, funding or anything like that, or, you know, business credit stuff, they will reject the PO box, addresses. So you want a virtual address that has like a suite number. There are many of them. There is Opus, which I now prefer. I'm not even going to mention the other one because I used their services before, and I really did not like it. But there are different companies that you can sign up for to get a virtual address for your business if you have a at-home business, or you just prefer to use a virtual address. You can get your mail there, you can get your mail scanned to you, and all of that jazz. Okay. With the virtual address, now the reason why I say you want to do that first, okay, a lot of people may think that it sounds strange to focus on the address before even registering your business. But the reason why you want to do that is you want to figure out like the location and what virtual address you're going to be using for your business, because when you go to file or register your business, Secretary of State, they're going to ask you for your business address. So you have to figure that out first. So that's the reason why that's the first thing. You want to figure that out first. Okay. All right, cool. So you figured that out. What is your business phone number? All right. Believe it or not, lenders, when you apply for loans, they're going to look you up, right? The phone number that you give them and all of that. It may not seem like a big deal to a lot of people, but trust me, it matters. Okay. Everything on this list here that I'm going to be sharing with you, it matters. So you want to figure out what your business phone number is going to be. You can usually get that with the virtual office. You can get the business phone number with the virtual office. Okay. Your business email, you can register a domain. You can go to Dynadot. I'm probably going to have some notes here in a second, but you can go to Dynadot or GoDaddy or Namecheap. Those are just a few websites that you can go to buy a domain. So you want to buy a domain, y'all, because I'm tired of seeing y'all with emails or so-called professional emails like goodgirl123@gmail.com, right? You don't want to use that type of email for your business. That you can use that for your personal stuff, but not for your business. Okay, no goodgirl123, no badboy234, none of that. Okay. Let's keep it professional. Go buy a domain, whether from Google. You can actually get a domain from Google too, or get it from, like I said before, Namecheap, Dynadot, maybe Bluehost, I think, GoDaddy. There's so many different platforms that you can get cheap domains for, or cheap domains from, and it does not cost much. Can run you anywhere between $7 to maybe 20 something dollars for the entire year. Okay. If you are watching on the TikTok, make sure that you are double tapping the screen. Okay. So we can keep the live active as well. So yeah, get a domain, y'all, because at the end of the day, you're going to want a website, which is another thing that we're going to be talking about. So you might as well just get the domain from the beginning. Okay. So that you can have your professional email, whether that is sales at or info at, whatever that is, at yourdomain.com. Keep it professional. Let's keep it professional. Okay. All right. So you've got your business phone number. You've got your address. You've got your business email. Okay. Let me see if I can write it on here. Can you guys see? Let's see. See if you can see my board. You probably can't. Okay. So first things first, can you see me? Let's see. Okay, first things first, virtual address, phone, email. Okay, so virtual address, phone, email. Okay, you want all of that good stuff. All right, so now that you've gotten your address, you've figured out what your address is going to be, your phone number, your email. Okay, now we can actually incorporate. Okay, so you're going to incorporate. You can incorporate using a platform called Inkfile. They changed the name to Busy. It's now known as Busy, Bizee. Or you can use, there's LegalZoom. You can use LegalZoom. You can hire an attorney to incorporate your business for you, whatever works for you. Okay. You can do it yourself directly by going to your state.gov. So if you live in New York, you can go to New York state.gov or something like that. Georgia, if you live in Texas, Texas state.gov, incorporate your business yourself. Typically, it's usually cheaper because the other platforms usually charge. But I know that Inkfile, you can do it for free actually with Inkfile. Okay, so, well, free except for the state fee. So yeah, you can do it for free except for the state fee using Inkfile, now known as Busy. Okay, Inkfile, now known as Busy. So you can incorporate. When you incorporate, again, they're going to ask you for your business address. So that's why we wanted to figure out what our business address is going to be in the beginning. That's the first thing. Okay, then we incorporate. The third thing, when you incorporate, you want to get your EIN. All right, do not let anybody charge you for an EIN. Even the platform, like I mentioned before, Inkfile, now known as Busy, they will upsell you or try to upsell you for an EIN, right, known as your employer identification number. You don't need to purchase that service, because you can go do it yourself. irs.gov. Okay, just go to irs.gov. So that the next second thing, like I said, is incorporate. Then you're going to get your EIN. All right, now here's the thing. Some of you guys may have, let's say, started a side hustle, right? You're just doing a side hustle. You're not taking it seriously or anything like that. You're just trying it out. You're just trying out this business idea. That's cool. Try it out. See if it works for you. If you find that this is something that you plan on taking seriously, okay, then you need to treat it like an actual business. Okay, you need to show up and treat it like an actual business. So you want to make sure that you're incorporating. Okay, make sure that you are eventually incorporating. Okay, you don't have to incorporate as soon as you think of a business idea, right? You don't have to, because you don't want to spend money to incorporate a business and then 2 weeks from now you realize that this is something that you actually don't want to do. All right, so you don't have to. But like I said before, if you plan on taking this seriously and you plan on treating it like an actual business, then you want to go ahead and incorporate. All right, it's going to be the best decision, trust me, because down the line, again, we're going to talk about funding and all of that stuff. The earlier you incorporate, the better, because sometimes when you go to apply for certain loans or, capital or, grants, even some grant programs will require that you are in business for a specific period of time. So the earlier you incorporate, the better. All right. So where was I? Yeah, so you're gonna get your EIN. Let's go back on track. So get your EIN from irs.gov. You don't need to pay for this. It is free. Okay, EIN, it is free. It's free99.com. All right, free99 at irs.com. All right, so go get your EIN, and your EIN is basically your tax ID, your tax ID number that identifies your business with the IRS. When you go to file your taxes, all of that, that's how you're identified. So that is why it's important for you to have your EIN, okay? The next number that you need, and a lot of business owners miss this, is the next thing you need is your DUNS number. You absolutely need your DUNS number. Let me know in the chat if you know what this is. If you already have your DUNS number, let me know in the chat if you know what this is. Okay, so you need your DUNS number. It stands for your the Data Universal Numbering System. This is what identifies the existence of your business globally. When you go to apply for sometimes an apartment, do a corporate lease or something, or you go to apply for funding to purchase a vehicle, lease an equipment in your business name, they're going to search for your DUNS. They're going to search your number in that Data Universal Numbering System. The DUNS number also it's tied to a credit scoring system. So there are three major business credit reporting agencies. So that's Dun & Bradstreet. Okay, that's where you're going to get your DUNS number from. You're going to go to Dun & Bradstreet. You can go to dunandbradstreet.com, get your DUNS number. Okay, in order to build solid business credit, or in order to build business credit, sometimes acquire funding, you'll need your DUNS number. In fact, there are some grant programs who require you to have a DUNS number. Okay, so you want to go to Dun & Bradstreet and apply for your DUNS number. It is free to do so, actually. Dun & Bradstreet is like one of the largest, one of the largest business like databases. So, as a business owner, you definitely want to make sure that you have that. It's free unless you want to expedite the process. So you can expedite the process by paying, right? But I think you pay like $200 and something to expedite the process. I made some good old strawberry. It tastes pretty good. Got some strawberries, some organic strawberries today from the farmer's market with some lemons. It tastes pretty good. But yes, you can pay for your Dun & Bradstreet number if you want it to be expedited. It typically takes it can take up to 60 days for you to get it back, honestly. But if you have it expedited, you can get it back within 7 days, 7 to like 14 days if you have it expedited. Okay. The next thing you want is a business bank account. All right. And the reason why you want your EIN and all of that stuff, incorporation and all of that done first is because when you go to apply for a business bank account, they will ask you for your EIN. They will ask you for your articles of incorporation, or whatever documents you have that proves that you have an incorporated, a registered business. Okay, they will ask you for that information, so you want to make sure that you have your EIN ready to go, and you will get what is that? Okay, what is that? All right, so yeah, you want to make sure that you are definitely getting your what is that? Okay. You want to make sure that you are, if you're watching on YouTube, sorry y'all, I'm also trying to monitor my TikTok over here, my TikTok. So yeah, they will ask you for your articles of incorporation, your EIN, anything that proves that you have a registered business. Now, when it comes to business bank accounts, y'all, it depends on your industry. Let's talk about industries. Let's talk about industries. Well, restricted industries, I should say. I have a guide somewhere on my in my link somewhere that thanks for the likes over there on TikTok. When it comes to restricted industries, there are some banks who will deny your application for a new business if you are in certain industries. So I think I shared something on my YouTube. Maybe it's in my stand store somewhere on my links. If you like play around with my links in my bios, you may be able to find that free list where I shared restricted industries or high risk. Yes, high risk industries. So there are some lenders who will not lend to certain industries. That's just the way it is. Like some of the industries are like you know, I guess, you know what? I think that's why I think I can't say certain things on here because I don't want my live to be blocked. But you can just go find that list of restricted industries, okay? But if you apply with banks like Blue Vine, these are like fintech banks, which they're cool because they're pretty much online banks and it's easy to get approved for. So there is Blue Vine, there is Novo. These are like business banks that you can go to and open up your business bank account on the spot. Okay, it's really easy. You can do this completely online. You don't need to use those big banks all the time that half the time are going to turn around and decline your application for a business loan as a new business owner. Trust me, I know. Okay, I've been in this industry for a while now, and if you do your research, about 88 to about 90% of business owners who apply for funding is denied. Okay, about 88 to about 90 something percent of business owners who apply for funding are denied for funding thanks to the alternative lending industry, which we're going to get into in a second. All right, so you don't have to. You can absolutely use your local bank. Sometimes local banks can be beneficial because they sometimes are ready to give you funding, right? Especially if you have a certain credit rating, which we can talk about in another live or in another time. But you can absolutely go with your local credit union. Credit unions love to lend because that's their bread and butter. Okay, I used to work at a credit union myself. I worked in different roles. I did different roles in back at the credit union that I worked with. And so the credit unions kind of work together in a sense. But that's their bread and butter. Okay, that's their bread and butter. Giving loans. Trust me. I remember when I used to work at the credit union, they would push upsell this loan, upsell that loan, because that's how they make their money, by giving loans, right? So it's okay to use a local bank or a local credit union if you want to, especially if they are ready and willing to lend. But a lot of times the bigger banks, honestly, they don't want to lend to your business unless your business is doing high sales, high volumes, right? So again, that's where the alternative lending platforms come from. But again, business bank account. Okay, so let's go back. If you're just joining me, welcome. Shy Biva here. On this channel, I share lifestyle, side hustle, and business gems that can help you improve the quality of your life and business. Tonight I'm sharing with you steps to starting a credible business. Okay, how to launch like a boss. Launching a credible business, you want to do it right the first time, and so that is what I am here sharing with you all today. We're at step number 5. Step number 1 was to figure out what your address is going to be, get all your business contact information, phone number, email address, all of that stuff. Buying your domain, whether from buying your domain from, what did I say, Bluehost, Dynadot, Namecheap, GoDaddy. There are so many different platforms that you can go buy a domain from. You might as well go buy a domain from the beginning because you want to secure that domain. Okay, especially if you have a dope name that you want to secure it on all social media platforms. By the way, I forgot to mention that. Just secure the domain, okay? Because when you secure the domain, that's going to allow you to have a professional email address and all of that good stuff. So get a professional email address, okay? No good boy 234, like I said before, no good girl 123 at gmail.com. We're not doing that. It's 2024, y'all. Okay, it's 2024. Keep it professional. Do info at yourbusiness.com. All right. So that was step number 1. Step number 2 is to incorporate. I talked about using either Inkfile, or which is now busy. If you type in Inkfile, it will still show up, but it's now called busy. Or you can use LegalZoom or get an attorney to incorporate for you. Step number 3, like I said before, is get an EIN for free. Don't let anybody charge you for an EIN. I can't tell you how many times I've seen this where people are charging people to get them an EIN. Even if you use one of these platforms, like I said before, Inkfile. The reason why I'm suggesting Inkfile to you all is because Inkfile actually does it for you for free. If you go with the standard option of just filing your business with the Secretary of State, whatever state you are in, okay, if you go with that option, you can have it, just that option, you can have them do it for you for free, except for the state fee. So there is going to be a state fee, whatever the state charges. So, Florida state fee is different from New York. That's different from Georgia, and the list goes on. So whatever that state fee is, they'll charge you that state fee, but you can have it done, 100% for free. Okay. Then you're going to get your DUNS number. Very important, especially if you plan on getting funding, partnering with, whosoever, getting corporate leases, leasing equipment, maybe getting a vehicle in your business name, right? So you want to make sure that you're getting your DUNS number because it identifies the existence of your business globally. All right. Next thing, number 5 is get a business bank account. And I forgot to mention this, but one of the reasons why it is so important to get a business bank account is because a lot of time when you go to apply for funding, especially using like an alternative lender, if you don't have a business bank account, there's nothing that they can really do for you. A lot of lenders require that you have a business bank account. Okay? Are you guys with me? They require that you have a business bank account. Otherwise, they're not going to lend you money. So you want to make sure that you have a business bank account. And again, you can get this from Bluevine, or Novo, which are like fintech banks. So it's super easy to get a business bank account with them. All right, let's move on to number 6. You want a website. Where are you going to send your clients to? Where are you going to send your customers to? You can get a website. Actually, y'all, ChatGPT, or not ChatGPT, but AI is, it's going on another level, going to another level. There's so many things that you can do with AI. But you can actually create a website with Sites GPT for free. Sites GPT for free. Okay. Go to Sites GPT, create a business website. Let's see. Or you can actually hire somebody to create your website for you. It may be an investment, but it may be worth it, because at the end of the day, you don't have to do it yourself. You don't have to spend 30 hours trying to figure out how to create this website, right? Let's see. It's meaning. Hey, Marcia. Marcia says she's anticipating starting a business within the next 2 months. Awesome. Well, this is the perfect live for you, because I'm sharing with you, I don't know how long you've been watching, but I'm sharing with you all how to launch like a boss. Make sure that you have your pens, by the way, and your paper, because I'm dropping some gems in this live. I'll make sure that I go back to the top as well, just to make sure that you guys did not miss anything. But yeah, I'm here to make sure that you launch right the first time. Okay, I'm here to make sure that you are launching a credible business, how to be better positioned for funding, and just overall, how to set yourself up for success as a new business owner. Now, some people may say, well, that's basic, that's simple. Why would people not know these things? Well, I'm sure I'm sure that you yourself don't know everything, right? And some people are just are new to this kind of stuff, right? We don't know everything. Okay, so a lot of things that I'm sharing with you here tonight are things that I see entrepreneurs make. These are some of the mistakes that entrepreneurs make, or some of the steps that I see entrepreneurs skipping, or new business owners skipping. And it causes them to have to either redo stuff or get rejected for stuff, right? Whether that's grants, funding, and all that jazz. So that is why I am here to share with you how to launch credibly. Okay, how to launch a fundable business. Okay, you want to be findable and fundable. All right. Okay, so we're at step number 6, which is getting a website. And sometimes some grant programs or some lenders will ask you for your website, just because they want a better understanding of what you do as a business. And then at the end of the day, you want somewhere to send your clients to, so you can look professional, right? So that's very important, getting a website set up. It can be something very simple, y'all. You can get people on maybe somebody from Upwork to create you a simple one-page website for you, or Fiverr if you want to, but again, you can go to Sites GPT and get a free website. You just need something somewhere to send your clients to. Okay, next thing, step number 7, you want a payment processor. All right, Square, Stripe, PayPal Business, not regular PayPal, but PayPal Business. All right, Square is perfect for, I believe Square is perfect for like in-person transactions. So if you have a business that requires you to do sales in person, Square is perfect for that. Square actually sends you one of those. You can get one of those chip readers, those card readers. They send you that, so you can use that. Stripe is perfect for like online sales. You can use Square too. PayPal Business is awesome too, because you can actually create invoices. So you can create professional invoice. If you use invoicing in your business, you can send your customers, your clients, invoices. And also PayPal, for a lot of people don't know this, but PayPal has what is called working capital, which is where they go based on your activity, your PayPal activity, your revenue. So, and also it's strictly your business, like your EIN and all of that, where you can get funding, working capital from PayPal Business. If you actually, in fact, have a PayPal business account for a minimum of, don't quote me on this, because things change. It may be minimum of 3 months or 6 months. I can't remember right now. But if you have a PayPal business account, you can possibly get funding, right? So that's why it's very important to sign up for a payment processor. Not only that, it's 2024, y'all. We are not using Cash App. We're not using Venmo only for your business, right? And we're not just taking cash. That's absolutely what we're not doing. We are not taking only cash, y'all. Okay, you want somewhere where your funds can be tracked. Now, yes, you may use a payment processor. Oh, also, that's another thing. You don't really want to use only the checking accounts that's only tied to these payment processors, right? You want like an outside bank. So for example, let's say you have a PayPal business account and you're getting your payments there, or Stripe or Square, whatever. They will then send the funds, whatever payments you have, to your business bank account. You want somewhere that you can track your sales, and lenders will see that, hey, these are your sales. This is the income that you have coming in versus cash. Like, how are you going to really track that? I'm not saying that you can't collect cash at all, but you want to definitely be using a payment processor and having deposits, be able to trace that deposit to your business bank account. Okay, so you want to set up a payment processor. That's step number 7. Step number 8. Let me know in the comments as well if you are learning anything in today's live. Let me know in the comments below, and let me know as well if you guys have any questions at all. Okay, so number 8 is you want to get business insurance. Actually, business insurance is not as expensive as a lot of people think. Business insurance will protect you from a lot of things, a lot of liabilities and things that can happen with being a business owner. If you get sued, or I don't know, your studio or whatever, if you have like a brick and mortar business, if it got broken into or something, you can file an insurance claim for that. Business insurance can cost as low as like $100 and something a year. Okay, not per month, y'all, but a year. So business insurance does not have to be expensive, but it's so worth the investment. So definitely consider business insurance. You can get business insurance with like Next Insurance, or like a local insurance company. If you type in on Google business insurance agency or business insurance brokerage or something like that near me, you'll be able to find a business insurance brokerage or company that can offer you business insurance. Again, you can use Next Insurance as well, because they're very inexpensive also. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay. Awesome. All right. So we have business insurance. Okay. Another thing is you want to have like documentation in place, right? So contracts and agreements. We're talking about like independent contractor agreements if you plan on hiring like independent contractors, if you plan on hiring W-2 employees, right? If you plan on working with clients, you want to have agreements or contracts in place to protect the relationship between you as the business owner, coach, consultant with your clients. Okay, so for example, if you had a payment structure where they're paying you monthly for a period of time, or you promise to deliver a certain service for a period of time and all of that jazz, you want to have it somewhat in writing in a contract or an agreement. Where can you get this contract and agreement? You can get an attorney. You can hire an attorney to do this for you. And I know it may sound okay, I don't want this to sound intimidating, y'all, but I want you guys to understand that it is so important, and why it's also so important, because it's going to protect you in the long run. Okay, it may seem intimidating now or seem like it's going to cost you a lot of money, but trust me when I say it's worth the investment. And it may just be a couple $100, right? Maybe $200, depends on the attorney or the lawyer. Maybe $300, $600, $800. It really depends on the attorney. Okay, you can find a solid attorney who won't charge you too much money, right? Whatever you deem as too much money to write up these contracts and agreements that you can replicate, that you can use time and time and time again with your client. So it's going to be so worth it, because it's going to protect you, okay, and help you to get your money in the event that, things happen. Okay, so it's worth it. So you want to have contracts and agreements in place, especially, like I said before, if you plan on hiring independent contractors. Okay, have those in place, you guys. You can go to even Upwork and type in attorney, legal attorney or business attorney or whatnot, and have them write you up an agreement that, contract and agreements that are tailored to your business. Okay, to make sure that it's tailored to your business. So it's protecting your business, protecting you as a business owner. So you want to have those contracts and agreements in place. All right. Now, talking about in the event that you plan on hiring contractors or, working with clients, another thing, I didn't actually really write this down on my list, but you want to, somebody asked, is Uber driver considered a business? I get what you're saying. So with being an Uber driver, you're technically an independent contractor. Yes, you can be considered a business owner. Now, if you want to take this business seriously, let's say you are an Uber driver, maybe you do Instacart, whatever that is, you can still create an actual business, using that model. So for example, everything that I talked about earlier, the business, contact information, all of that, if you want to launch it as an official business, you can, right? But what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that you're doing all the steps that I mentioned earlier. Okay, the business contact, incorporating the business, getting your business bank account and having those funds, the money that you're making from Uber or whatever independent contracting job or side gig that you have the income coming from that going into your business bank account. It's just so important. I can't stress that enough. The reason why I'm stressing that too is because I see a lot of entrepreneurs make this mistake with not having an actual business bank account. At the end of the day, why would you want to combine everything, right? Why would you not want to separate your personal income or your personal finances from your business finances? Okay, when it's tax time, it's so much easier for your bookkeeper or your accountant to sort things through, and for you as a business owner to properly balance stuff, figure out what your profit and loss is and all of that when things are separated. And lenders, as I said before, a lot of lenders will not lend to business owners who do not have a business bank account. All right, it doesn't show that you're serious, and there's other reasons behind it, but you want to separate it. But to answer your question, Pablo, yes, you can be considered a business owner. All right, just set it up, launch it like an official business. All right, cool beans. So talking about contractors, hiring independent contractors and all of that, when you start a business, yes, the first week, 2 weeks, month, you may be doing everything. Okay, you're the cleaner, the marketer, the copywriter, the the social media manager, the admin, the assistant, the everybody, right? You are everybody when you just start a business, okay? But eventually, especially when you get that first sale or the first few sales from your clients, customers, you want to reinvest that into your business by hiring some help. Okay, now hear me out on this. As a new business owner, I understand. Trust me, I've been there as well, right? And that's the reason why I'm sharing all of this with you. As someone who have started a new business before, I've been there where I've just started a new business. I've started several businesses and have grown them. And in the beginning, it was very hard because, you're doing everything, right? I'm doing everything. But there has to be a point where you hire some help to avoid burnout. And if you're looking at really scaling your business, like truly scaling your business and growing your business, there's no way that you can be everything. You can't be everything within your business. And you're not meant to know everything either. So if you're not good with creating websites, that's okay. You don't need to know how to do everything. You don't need to know how to create a website. Instead of spending 30, 40 hours trying to figure out how in the world I'm going to create this website, spend $200, $300, $700, whatever that may be, to hire a website developer and copywriter, to create the website for you. While you focus on your genius zone, focus on closing the sale, focus on, what you are good at. You stay in your genius zone, okay? Stay in that lane and outsource and hire other people to help you, whether that's, you're focusing on closing a couple deals this week. So instead of you spending 2-3 hours this week cleaning the house, you pay somebody $100 to clean your house. Okay, sometimes we just have to outsource things. It's a win-win situation. Okay, you gave somebody a job, freed up your time, you're able to close that sale. It's a win-win-win situation. All right, and at some point we have to start thinking like that as high level entrepreneurs. Okay, all right, some point we're going to have to simply outsource. Again, I know it may be an investment and it may seem like an investment to you, but that's what it is. It's an investment. Okay, it's going to be worthwhile. It's going to free up your time, but not only free up your time, but allow you to focus on in your genius zone, and allow you to focus on income producing activities. Okay, income producing activities. I can probably call it IPAs. All right, it will allow you to focus on your IPAs. And so that's what hiring help does. When you get your first chunk change in your business, set aside some. Okay, yes, I know, you have bills to pay, we have our bills to pay and everything, but pay yourself first. Set aside something to reinvest into your business that's going to free up your time, whether that's hiring an assistant to do those little admin tasks, right? Sending out those email reminders, this, that, and the third, all of those things. Get somebody else to do that so you can focus on other things that's going to actually create income, revenue for you. You know what I'm saying? I want you guys to look at the bigger picture. You have to look at the bigger picture if you're aspiring to be a growing, thriving entrepreneur, small business owner, right? Think bigger picture. All right. Again, you may not be able to do it in the beginning as soon as you launch, right? You may not be able to hire 10, 15 people. I'm not saying you need to do that. Okay. Sometimes in a business, sometimes you only need that one person, that one support, right? That tech guy. If you're somebody who does webinars all the time or something like that, right? You need that tech guy to help you make sure that your webinar is ran smoothly or whatnot. Or like I said before, that admin person. Okay, so Pete asked how. Okay, I'm not sure what Pete is asking, but it's important to look at your process as a business owner. And that's another thing I can probably throw in there. By the way, you guys, if you want somewhat this step-by-step of how to launch a business, or launching a business properly, I have some of this step in if you go to my name up top, if you're on TikTok, you can go to my bio, go to that link in my bio, and you'll be able to see that launch that biz guide, and you'll be able to download that guide for free. Okay. If you are here on YouTube, you may be able to the link should be somewhere. The link should be somewhere in my description on YouTube, my Stan Store link, where you can go ahead and grab my launch that biz guide. All right. Okay. So yeah, when you get to a point where you have enough revenue, some sales coming in, hire some help, y'all. Hire some help. Trust me, do not be cheap. It's gonna be worth it, worth the investment to hire some help. You're going to feel like a boss, okay? All right. And not only that, like I said before, you're going to be able to focus on income producing activities. So if it means hiring the copywriter, the social media manager, if you're somebody who constantly have to be on social media, posting stuff all the time, then eventually hire the social media manager to create your post for you, schedule your post for you, edit the videos, and all that jazz. Okay. So, but that's where the contracts will come in handy when you hire independent contractors. Like I said before. All right, then startup funding. Let's talk about startup funding, you guys. You don't want to wait until you're in dire need for funding to apply for funding. You want to prepare yourself, all right? And also you want to build that history so that when it's time for you to really scale or take out a larger amount, you can show that you've already done this before. So you want to get the funding before you actually need the funding. All right. Now, one of the places that you can go to get startup capital. So here's the thing. There are not a lot of lenders out there, especially, big banks, the well-known banks, the national banks that we know. They aren't willing to lend business loans to brand new business like that, right off the fly. Like there's a whole process, and even the whole process, sometimes your chances are there's a 90% chance that you get denied, because statistics show that 88 to about 90 something percent of business owners get denied from national banks. Like that's just how it is. I'm not talking about like smaller credit cards, those you can get, but I'm talking about like a good chunk change of business loans, right? Again, that's where the alternative lending industry comes in. So if you want, like, let's say a startup loan, you don't have any revenue to show for it, to show these lenders that, hey, you can pay the loan back. There are just a select few lenders who may be able to lend to you, but yes, they do have some requirements, right? Credit score has to be at least 680. I did do a video the other day, I believe it was yesterday. I had it posted on my YouTube channel where I talked about how you can get a line of credit, a business line of credit up to like 100K, right? As a startup, whether or not you start, if you started 4 months ago or you plan on starting, you have not started. If you have a 680 credit score and you don't have like a bankruptcy reporting or recent late payments reporting, you can get a business line of credit. BizCredCo Capital. Okay, BizCredCo Capital. If you go to bizcredcocapital.com, I can probably try to see if I can pin it in here. But if you go to BizCredCo Capital, bizcredcocapital.com, you can apply for a loan. If you are an established business owner and you earn revenue as well, and you've been in business for a while, whether that's a year, 2 years, 5 years, you can also get startup capital. But I'm just talking about let's see, what is TikTok doing here? I have to verify to continue. Oh, there we go. What is going on here? Okay, there we go. All right, this TikTok is doing some verification thing. But anyway, where was I? Yes, you can get a startup loan, you guys, as a new business. Okay, hear me out. You can get a startup loan as a brand new business, whether or not you have started or launched your business, with BizCredCo Capital. So BizCredCo Capital, we partner with other lenders directly, direct lenders who offer business loans, whether that's SBA loans. SBA loans, for those of you who don't know, it's pretty much backed by the government. And we offer, equipment loans, business line of credit, merchant cash advance, invoice factoring type of loan. So if you are a business that receives invoicing from your clients, and we can verify those invoices, typically with other companies that we can look at the credibility of those companies, you can get funding that way too. There's so many different creative ways, creative niches to getting funding for your business. But if you're in your business, which is what I'm really focusing on tonight, starting a business, you can get a business loan, business line of credit, actually up to 100K with BizCredCo Capital. Again, we partner with just a select few lenders who offer these syndicated, what we call a syndicated line of credit, which not a lot of banks and companies are doing. Okay, not a lot of companies are going to straight up lend a brand new business owner $100,000 in funding, a line of credit, right? Now, there are other creative ways to do this, right? Some people consider it, credit card stacking, stuff like that, where you can get a few or a couple of business credit cards, with certain limits, and that can act as funding. But lines of credit are typically preferred, are better than that option, really. But that's an option too. And actually, let me just throw this hack in here. If you do that whole credit card stacking thing, or you get a couple of credit cards. Let's say you got 4 credit cards with a limit of 20K. Okay, that's 80K. That's 80K right there. If you need that to process your payroll, which I don't know why I don't even have this on my list, but if you plan on paying yourself properly, I did a video recently, you can check out my YouTube channel, where I talked about how to pay yourself properly as a business owner. You can use platforms like Gusto, which I use as well to run payroll. If you plan on, let's say, hiring a W-2 employees, you can actually pay contractors as well using platforms like Gusto. So Gusto is like an ADP. If you've ever had a W-2 job, paying job, your company may have used ADP. That's one of the, okay, but we won't go into that too much, because I don't want to really promote any particular company. But Gusto, I personally use Gusto, so and I really like it. My CPA recommended it as well. I actually started using Gusto before my CPA recommended it. And so you can run payroll if you plan to, pay independent contractors or W-2 employees with a payment processing, or not a payment processor, but a payroll service. Okay. If you use QuickBooks, you can use QuickBooks too, possibly. But I said that to say, if you use credit cards, if you plan on doing like stacking, you can use a company called like Plastique. This is a pro tip here. You can use a company called Plastique to pay yourself from these credit cards. Okay. If it missed you, it missed you. All right. I told you to take notes, make sure that you're taking notes and you're using a, pen as well to write the things down. Okay. Plastique, pay yourself from these credit cards. Okay. All right. Let's go. So where was I? Because I did not even have some of these things on my notes here, but we were talking about funding. All right, you can go to Biz Credco, B-I-Z Credco, B-I-Z-C-R-E-D Co Capital, to apply for funding for your business. Let me know if you guys have any questions at all in the chat. Questions, let me know. All right, so if you are new here, again, I'm sharing with you steps to launching a credible business. All right, steps to launching a credible business, and some of the mistakes that entrepreneurs make when starting a new business. All right, we've been on here for about an hour or so. I'm gonna try to wrap up, but let me just go as a refresher if you're just joining. All right, first things first, figure out your business contact information, right? Your address, get a virtual address, Opus, Alliance. There are so many different virtual office companies that you can apply for a virtual office with, but you want to make sure that it is an actual suite number, not a PO box, because when it's time for you to apply for stuff, you won't be able to use a PO box. Okay, so that's first things first. Incorporate using InkFile, now known as Busy. All right, it's free to use them except for the state fee. So it's free except for the state fee. Okay. Let's see. Maria says, do you do personal consultation? Yes, I used to do where, I would speak with people for like an hour or so. I do free consultations for people who are interested in working with me, like one-on-one, right? Working side by side with me, whether that's to launch a credible business and, build solid business credit to be better prepared for funding. Yes, I do what I call a discovery call to kind of gauge where you're at, to see if, our program is the right fit for you, and to see if you're the right fit for our program. So if that's something that you may be interested in working, alongside me for the next few weeks, then that's something that we can look into. I'll be sure to leave the link where you can book that chat with me or somebody from my team in the chat, okay? So that you'll be able to, so that we'll be able to connect and see if we're a good fit to working together. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, so incorporate, get your tax ID. All right, again, you can get this from the IRS. You don't need to pay anybody for this. Please do not pay anybody for your EIN. It's literally, you get it in like 30 seconds. Literally. All right, you go to the website. It's available to apply for Monday through Friday from about 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to about 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? You won't be able to do it now. You won't be able to do it on the weekends or on holidays, I believe, but Monday through Friday, you can go to the irs.gov website and apply for it. Don't pay anybody for it, all right? Then we talked about number 4, your DUNS number. It's your data universal numbering system. It identifies the existence of your business globally. It's going to be the number that you use to prove the credibility of your business. If you want to apply for a corporate lease, plan on leasing an apartment, a building, or a building in your company name, in your corporation. If you plan on financing a vehicle in your business name, leasing a vehicle in your business name, applying for a business loan. Some grant programs also require that you have a DUNS number. So you might as well just get it from the beginning, because it does take a while to get it back. About 60 days or so. It can take up to that time, but honestly, you can probably get it back in like 2-3 weeks. You can also pay to have it expedited, but the DUNS number is free. Okay, the standard application, it is free. Somebody asked, let's see. Yeah, that's a good question, and I see that happen so often. So somebody's asking, Shalise is asking, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Let me know if I'm saying it correctly. Shalise is asking, okay, what if I already have an EIN but haven't filed with state? And I see this happening so often. So that's why I have this list here of the order that you want to focus on, because if you file your EIN, I'll address your question specifically in a second, but if you file your EIN first and you don't file it with the state, and then you go to file it with the state, and then they say the name is not available, because that happens, it comes back where the name is not available, somebody already have that name, you then have to pretty much get a new EIN, because it has to match. You want it to match, because if there's inconsistency with applying for stuff and all of that, it can cause issues. So you want and I've seen this, and the reason why I'm telling you this is because I have seen it personally working with clients. So this is what I do. I help my clients launch their business properly structure their business, all that jazz. And with being in the space, I see that happen quite often. So that's why you want to incorporate first. But again, there's probably nothing that you can't fix, really, right? So if you did that, that's okay. Don't feel bad about it. It can be fixed. Yes. Okay. Yeah. It can be fixed, but that's why you want to incorporate first and then get your EIN. Don't go and get your EIN and then try to incorporate. Wrong order, because again, you may have to do it again, because somebody may already have that name. Okay, and then now everything is matched, right? Because the EIN also has to be tied to a name. Unless, I don't know if you have an EIN that's tied to do you have an EIN that's tied to just your name? Are you a sole proprietor? Did you register, let's say, like a DBA with your county clerk? Like, did you register a name at all, or with your county clerk? Not necessarily the state. I know you said that you are not incorporated, but did you register like a DBA with your county clerk, or did you just apply for an EIN underneath your personal name? And if you did that, it's cool. You can start over. Okay, you can start over, especially if you just launched. So once you incorporate, and then you're going to go and apply for your EIN to match what the state accepted. So make sure the state actually accepted this name and it's incorporated. Okay. And it's incorporated, and then you go and apply for your EIN in that order. I registered with the county clerk, with a business name. Gotcha. So you probably just did a DBA, like a doing business as. That's fine too. But the only issue that I have with DBAs, nothing is wrong with having a DBA. I have a couple DBAs that I use. But it's underneath a structured business, underneath a business that is registered, incorporated with the state itself. So nothing's wrong with having a DBA, because you can have, beautiful thing about DBAs, you can have multiple. So instead of changing your business name all the time, or having changing your business name all the time, you can just have a couple DBAs. But you want to do it underneath your structured business, whether that's an LLC or an S corporation, C corporation, whatever you deem is best for you, or whatever your business, CPA or business attorney deem is the best business structure for your business. The most common business structure, as we probably all know, is an LLC, but because it protects, it's easy, it's simple, but it also protects your personal assets, right? You're separating your personal liabilities from your business liability. So you may want to consider doing that as well. But is it going to affect you filing taxes? Not necessarily. I mean, you're just gonna file taxes with that EIN. But if you want to protect your business, you want to register it with the state. Okay. All right, y'all. So, and then we talked about, we said the DUNS number, number 4, and then number 5, a business bank account. You can use you're very welcome. You can use a fintech bank, super easy to apply for. All right. Blue Vine, Novo. Number 6, get a business website. You can use SiteGPT for free, or get a web developer, somebody to create you a simple website. I mean, you can use Wix, to create a simple website, buy a domain, but you wanted to buy the domain first, right? Secure the domain. And if you want to take it a little bit further, secure the social media platforms, right? When you secure your domain, secure Instagram, secure YouTube if you want to, secure Facebook, all that jazz, okay? And then payment processors. So how are you going to get paid by your clients and your customers? Get a payment processor. Square, Stripe, PayPal Business. Not regular PayPal, but PayPal Business. You can get working capital from PayPal Business as well. Okay, and then those payment processors, once you get paid there, it sends the money, directly to your business bank account. Okay. Business insurance, Next Insurance, local insurance, whatever works for you. Startup funding, again, BizCredCo Capital. Whether you have a startup business, you already have an established business, goes to BizCredCo Capital. Okay. And we can help you get funding for your business. Let me see if we can put it in the chat. Put the website in the chat for you guys. We'll put the link in the chat so you can go and apply for funding. Also, for more resources, like business resources, I'll also put my link here for you, so that you guys can grab like my free guide, stuff like that. If you want to build solid business credit, I have a guide in there that you can grab. I also have a launch.biz guide that has some of these steps that we're talking about today on that guide. Okay, so you can go grab that there. I'm going to put the link in the chat so you guys have it. But let me know in the meantime if you have any questions, y'all. Let's copy this link. Okay, let's see. All right, and then we talked about contracts and agreements as well. Contracts and agreements, y'all. If you plan on hiring independent contractors, you want to make sure that you have contracts and agreements. It's better to just invest, pay for it, do it right the first time, and then you can reuse it, right? So you're going to reuse these contracts and agreements with your clients, with your customers, with the independent contractors that you plan on hiring. It just protects you. And additionally, if you plan on, if you plan on hiring like employees and all of that, which is also essential in, launching a business, you want to figure out, again, your process. What does your process look like? When you take on a client, right? Your onboarding process, your emailing process, all of that jazz, like your communication process with your clients, your customers, your social media management. What does that look like? Write that down and figure out your dream team. Write it down. Like, even if you financially, practically you can't afford it right now, still write down what your dream team looks like. Do you need a copywriter? What would it take so much, stress off of you if you had a copywriter, if you had a social media manager, if you had somebody managing your emails for you, like your business emails? What does your dream team look like? If you had somebody doing cleaning for you once every 2 weeks or something like that, right? What does your dream team look like? And how much does it cost? Ask yourself, how much does it actually cost? Don't be afraid to write it down, okay? The more we write things down, the easier it is to come into fruition, believe it or not. All right? Habakkuk, I think 2 verse 2 or something like that. Habakkuk talks about the Bible. That's the scripture in the Bible. Writing the vision down and making it plain. Make it plain upon tables. Okay, when you see it, it's easier for you to believe that it's tangible, because you can tangibly see it. So write the vision down and make it plain. Okay, what does your dream team look like? And then once you start getting clients, some revenue in your business, reinvest that revenue into hiring help. The one thing you don't want to do is have burnout, okay? And again, like I said before, if you plan on scaling your business or growing, and just not having burnout, then you want to make sure that you're hiring help, okay? So we talked about that. Business insurance, next insurance, startup funding, BizCreditCo Capital. If you have questions, you can email loans@bizcreditcocapital.com. All right. And I think that's all I have for y'all tonight. It is a Sunday night and everybody look like they are sleeping or getting ready for the week. So I'm going to be off of here. I won't be on here any longer. But if you guys have any final questions, feel free to let me know. And also, I will have the link. I'll drop the link as well to if you want to book a call with me, if you want to work closely with me to properly launch your business, launch a credible business, better position your business for funding, I will drop the link where you can possibly book a call with me, myself or my team, and apply to work with me. Okay, so I will have that link in the live stream. There you have it. Any final questions? So there are the links. If you want to apply for business funding, you can check out my free business resources, free and paid business resources. You can find it in the second link, the Stand Store link. And if you want to book a call with me, you can find that in the third link. All right, y'all, that's all I have for you guys tonight. I am Viola Lewis is asking, what's the business credit card? What exactly are you asking? I didn't mention any Viola. So, Viola, I did not mention any particular business credit card. I was talking earlier about how you can get startup funding with BizCreditco Capital as a new business owner or somebody who's planning on starting a business. If you have like a 680 credit score, we offer what is called a syndicated line of credit. All right, syndicated line of credit, basically, and you can get this as a startup. Again, if you have no recent charge-offs, bankruptcies, late payments, 680 credit score or higher. If you have an established business as well, you can also get funding through BizCreditco Capital. We partner directly with business lenders. All right, business lenders who offer simple, fast funding. So we're not talking about like the national banks that take forever and have you with all these all these tax returns and paperwork and all that jazz. Simple. We're talking about simple funding solutions for your business. Credit card. I was also saying that there is the option to do like apply for multiple credit cards as a business owner. I think you said best card is probably what you're saying. Okay, best card maybe. I mean, there's several business credit cards that you can apply for. I mean, there's Chase Business Credit Card, Chase Inc., American Express, those different credit cards. We can probably talk about that in another live. Let me know if you want me to talk about that a little bit. And you can do what is called like credit card stacking, like getting multiple credit cards. But there is a particular way you want to do that though, because with like American Express, and I break this down a lot more into my funding program as well, because I have like an in-depth funding blueprint coaching program course, right? That breaks down exactly how you apply for the different cards and in what order. Because like with American Express, you can apply for like multiple and get approved for multiple, right? But they have like a minimum time frame of when you can do that and all of that jazz. So that's an option too, credit card stacking. And I mentioned before, you can use a company to pay yourself from that. Instead of doing like cash advances, you can use like the plastic company to pay yourself, or basically transfer money to you. So you are welcome. All right, y'all, if there's no other questions, I am out. It was an absolute pleasure. And I will probably be back here live maybe next week. Maybe next Sunday. I'll probably be back here sharing some more gems. I'll probably share the same thing, but go a little bit more in depth. Again, you can find some of what I mentioned here tonight on this live. You can find that in my Stand Store link above. All right, y'all. Take care. Okay.